LNG markets have been traditional markets, but over the last few years evolved dramatically. The market's becoming more open and more transparent. There is a much increased supply from very diverse resources, more competition, more buyers and sellers. So all those are good things, but at the same time, the LNG markets will remain to be open and accessible to only by a few select players. We have to remember that those are very complex, capital-intensive projects. Very few players can participate in the entire value chain, and the value is really driven by long-term relationships between buyers and sellers. Well, again, if we look at any credible forecast by ExxonMobil, Wood Mackenzie, EIA, or IEA, all forecast significant growth in natural gas demand. And most of that new demand will be driven by the emerging economies of China, India, other countries in Asia, which cannot be easily supplied by pipeline gas. So the demand outlook for LNG industry is very bright. So it's very clear that additional supplies will be needed, additional FIDs will be needed, perhaps not in the next few years, but definitely by the end of the next decade, there will be a significant gap opening up for new FIDs in the industry. Well, I think most of the demand growth is coming from the emerging markets in Asia, China, India, and many other markets in the area. Again, if we look at what drives this demand, we still have a significant portion of the world's population, people in those markets, that are living without access to reliable electricity. And as their living standards increase and they're lifted out of poverty, that's what will drive significant energy demand. And we think LNG is the key to satisfying that demand. So again, I would say China, India, and other markets in Asia. Well, again, we have to again look at all the credible forecasts out there that say that gas demand or energy demand will grow as much as 20% to 2040, and electricity demand will grow by an astounding 60%. So given the size of that growth, all viable sources will be needed. And definitely renewables will play a major role. But today we still don't have a technological solution that would allow a world to be 100% renewables. Something needs to be there to help renewables solve their intermittency problem. And we think natural gas is that fuel that is affordable, that is extremely flexible, that can actually increase the penetration of renewables, complement renewables, and provide this multiplier effect. I think it's a wonderful way for buyers, sellers, infrastructure providers to be together in the same place. It's an excellent venue for the meetings. It's also an excellent way for vendors to showcase their new technologies. As an industry, we have a lot of common goals, and conferences like this provide an opportunity to exchange views, strengthen our messages, and increase the reach of our industry.